The global effects of immigration. We will be focusing on legal and illegal immigration along with border walls. For centuries, people have immigrated between countries for various reasons. These include a lack of local access to resources, a desire for economic prosperity, to find or engage in paid work, to better their standard of living, family, reunification, retirement, climate, or environmentally induced migration, exile, escape from prejudice, conflict, or natural disaster. Some countries implement strict immigration restrictions to limit dangerous people or materials from entering their country. In turn, people illegally enter the country. Faced with the problem of illegal immigration, countries can choose to enforce it even stronger, possibly with the border wall. Many people debate whether border walls are effective and modern enough. Immigration can greatly alter a country's economy, and it has many impacts. One negative effect is the availability of cheap, motivated labor. While this is beneficial for business owners, the working class unemployment rises and wages plummet. This is because with the large supply of workers, demand decreases. When demand decreases, workers aren't as valuable. Immigration also affects the immigrant's former country, as well as the new country. The home countries of these immigrants suffer severe losses due to their brightest and hardest workers leaving the country with little to no funds being sent back. A prime example would be Haiti. Haiti loses about 85% of its educated youth, which makes it very difficult for the country to develop and prosper. This is evident in the 58.6% national poverty rate and the 24.7% extreme poverty rate. Haiti's GDP is about 8 billion, which is in the 27th percentile. Haiti has not been able to maintain a stable government following its independence from France. Immigration brings positive and negative effects to the countries and people involved. It allows people to better their situation, whether it be financially, religiously, or socially. Even though it can bring some negative effects, immigrants create a comfortable supply of labor. Immigrants can also bring new ideas and culture with them. Another type of immigration, illegal immigration, is when an immigrant illegally crosses onto a country's border. Many illegal immigrants only want to benefit their lives and their families' lives. However, other illegal immigrants greatly harm a country. Some illegal immigrants can bring drugs and weapons over the border, as well as commit crimes. They can also receive benefits of social welfare like education or healthcare, which drives up taxes for taxpayers.
We'll use the United States as an example. This graph shows the population in millions of illegal immigrants in the United States over the last 50 years. This is caused in part by previous presidents' open border policies. This graph shows the total cost of welfare each year over the same time period as the last graph. As you can see, it has risen about $850 billion in total. Of course, illegal immigration is not the only cause, but it does play a big role. Especially in Europe, terrorists infiltrate countries with weak border control policies. Many European nations have dealt with terrorist attacks over the past couple of years. Poland has one of the lowest foreign migrant levels due to its strict immigration policies. Shown on the right is a visual of terrorist attacks since 2012 in Europe. Under Angela Merkel's leadership, Germany has adopted many open border policies which seems to correlate with the numerous attacks and violent crimes due to migrants. Many other countries in Europe have suffered due to similar policies. Mankind has dealt with issues in their states throughout history, and border walls have been used to protect people in the state from external threats. They have recently become heavily debated mostly because of the conflict with the wall in Israel and the possible construction of a wall in the United States. Many countries use it as a response to illegal immigration. Border walls have many positive and negative impacts. Some of the positive impacts include creating jobs for construction and maintenance and limiting illegal immigration, as well as drugs and weapons crossing the border. Some of the negative impacts include a high cost, which depends on the length of the border and the cost of materials and maintenance. It could also be argued that walls are not effective and they are outdated and unethical. Israel has recently constructed a border wall, and they have experienced many benefits using it. They have been under siege by Palestinian terrorist groups for all of its existence. Before building fortifications, Israel suffered 132 Palestinian bombings in a 4-year period. 502 Israelis died as a result, and thousands more were wounded. By 2009, after construction was complete, only 15 Israelis were killed due to Palestinian bombings.
This graph shows the number of suicide bombings alone in Israel from 2002 to 2007. As the construction neared completion, the amount of suicide bombings drastically decreased. The Great Wall of China was unsuccessful and was breached by the Mongolians. Hadrian's Wall was unsuccessful, lasted 14 years, and was breached numerous times by unknown groups. The Belfast peace walls eased tensions between Catholics and Protestants. The Berlin Wall did not last long and was not decisively successful or unsuccessful. Some people did manage to escape through. Immigration in a country in general provides a stable, cheap, motivated workforce, along with a flood of new ideas and cultures. Illegal immigrants allow for the crossing of drugs, weapons, and dangerous people through the border of the country. They can also wrongly drive up taxes by receiving social welfare that is meant to benefit the citizens of the country.
Some countries respond to high rates of illegal immigration by constructing a border wall to physically prevent people from entering the country. This method of border control is critically debated due to it being unethical and costly. Others argue that the construction and maintenance creates many jobs and is effective in limiting illegal immigration. Its effects throughout history have varied. Some walls, like Israel's West Bank Wall and the Belfast Peace Walls, have been rather successful compared to other walls like Hadrian's Wall and the Great Wall of China.